So welcome you all. In this session, let us see about three-phase inverters. Three-phase inverters are normally used for high-power applications. So you can observe here three single-phase inverters, either half or full-bridge inverters. They can be connected in parallel to form a three-phase inverters. So the gating signals of a single-phase inverters should be either advanced or delayed by 120 degree with respect to each other in order to obtain a three-phase balanced voltage. So the transformer primary winding must be isolated from each other, whereas the secondary windings, it can be connected either in star or delta. Usually the transformer secondary is connected in delta so that we can eliminate the triplet harmonics, that is n equal to 3, 6, 9, which appears on the output voltage. So if we consider this arrangement, that is a full bridge inverter needs 4 transistors. So that is 3 full bridge inverters if we use, we need to have 12 transistors. If it is an inductive load, we will have a 12 diodes. So this would be the arrangement of three-phase inverters if we connect 3 single-phase inverters in the same way as shown in the previous slide. So instead of having this, so we can also obtain a three-phase output by a combination of 6 transistors and 6 diodes instead of having 12 transistors and 12 diodes. So in that we can have two types of control signals, that is 180 degree conduction or 120 degree conduction. So usually the 180 degree conduction method is better utilized compared to 120 degree conduction mode. So that circuit topology we often call it as three-phase bridge inverter and is used in most of the applications, even including renewable energy system. So the rectifier, what it uses, it converts the AC voltage of the wind generator to a DC voltage, and the voltage source inverter converts the DC voltage into three-phase AC voltage to match with the AC grid voltage as well as the frequency. So this is the one which is preferred. So 6 transistors and 6 diodes instead of 12 transistors and 12 diodes for 120 degree and 180 degree conduction. So first let us see 180 degree conduction mode. So you can clearly observe 6 transistors, each named in the sequence of order of conduction, that is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5 and Q6, and the terminals at which the output is taken is named as A, B and C, and it is important to note that the transistors in the same leg shouldn't conduct at the same time. So here each transistor will conduct for 180 degree. So 3 transistors will remain on at any instant of time. Say for example, if transistor Q1 is switched on, then the terminal A will be connected to positive terminal of the DC input voltage. Say when transistor Q4 is on, then terminal A is connected to the negative terminal of the input voltage. So there are 6 modes of operation in a cycle, and the duration of each mode will be 60 degree. Say the sequence of operation will be transistor 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 1 and 6, 1, 2. So each gating signal will be shifted by 60 degree. So the load can either be connected in star or it can be connected in delta. So we will see how it is going to work. See here, you can observe the waveform, the gating signal G1. So it is applied for 180 degree. That means each transistor conducts for 180 degree. So G2 is applied a gate signal with respect to G1 having a delay of 60 degree. Again G3 with respect to G2 a delay of 60 degree and so on. So each transistors Q1 up to Q6 is applied with the gate signal, and each transistor will conduct for 180 degree, and the delay with each transistor signal is 60 degree. So if the top transistors are conducting, those terminals will be connected to the positive terminal of the DC supply. If the bottom transistors are conducting, then it will be connected to the negative terminal of the DC supply. So here we need to obtain VAB, that is the line voltage, VBC as well as VCA. So to obtain VAB, VBC and VCA, first we need to find what is VA, what is VB and what is VC. So for that, that is VAN, VBN and VCN. First we need to obtain this. After that, VAN minus VBN will give you VAB. VBN minus VCN will give VBC. Similarly, VCN minus VAN will give you VCA. So first let us consider the mode 1 conduction, wherein first transistor, fifth transistor and sixth transistors are conducting. So first transistor, when it is conducting, terminal A is connected to positive of the supply. Fifth transistor is conducting, terminal C is connected to the positive of the supply. Transistor 6 is conducting, terminal B connects to the negative of the supply. So VA and VC positive, VB negative. So our equivalent circuit mode 1 operation will be, that is in the interval 0 to 60 degree. A and C terminals connected to the positive of the supply, terminal B connected to the negative of the supply. So now we need to find what is VAN, VBN and VCN. VAN is nothing but the current which is flowing through it into the resistor. Likewise, VCN is current into the resistance. VBN is also the current into the resistance. So first, to find the current I1. So I1 is V by R. So R is here two resistors connected to terminal A and C are in parallel. That means the equivalent resistance is R by 2 plus R gives us 3R by 2. So the current I1, which is equal to Vs by R equivalent, is 2 Vs by 3R. So you substitute R equivalent, we get 2 Vs by 3R. So VAN and VCN both connected to the positive of the supply voltage. The voltage is I1 into the resistance, which is R by 2. So it gives us VAN and VCN is equal to Vs by 3. Likewise, VBN is minus, it is connected to the negative terminal. So minus I1 into R, which gives us minus 2 Vs by 3. So next, for mode 2 operation, consider the interval from 60 degree to 120 degree. So in that interval, when it is 60 degree to 120 degree, if you observe the waveform, it will be clear that during 60 degree to 120 degree, transistor 1, 2 and 6 will be conducting. So it is transistor 1 means A will be connected to positive, 2 means C will be connected to negative and 6 means B will be connected to negative of the supply. So the equivalent circuit will be A will be connected to positive, B and C connected to negative in the interval 60 to 120 degree. So R equivalent will be R, this two resistance in parallel gives R by 2 and this resistance in series, it is plus R, which will be 3R by 2. So since the current I is equal to 2 Vs by 3R, A is connected to positive, so it becomes I2 into R. VB and VC, that is terminal B and C connected to negative, so it is minus the current into the equivalent resistance, which is R by 2. So accordingly, we get VAN as 2 Vs by 3, VBN and VCN as minus Vs by 3. So this is the switching table, which indicates when S2, S3 and S1 are on. It is state number 2, switch state is 110. So VAB is 0, VBC we get it as Vs, my VCA is minus Vs. VAB is VAN minus VBN, VBC is VBN minus VCN and VCA is VCN minus VAN. Next, mode 3 operation. Mode 3 operation is from 120 to 180. In that interval, 1, 2 and 3 transistors are conducting. So first transistor, terminal A connected to positive of the supply. terminal B connected to positive of the supply again, and terminal C connected to negative of the supply. So here we get I3, so we have to find I3. I3 is Vs by R equivalent. So R equivalent is again R by 2 plus R, which is 3R by 2. So I3 is 2 Vs by 3R. Terminal A is connected to positive, terminal B is connected to positive terminal, and terminal C is connected to the negative terminal. So here VAN and VBN is I3 into it is R by 2. It is I3 into R by 2. So R equivalent by 2. So this is R by 2. So here it is I3 is 2 Vs by 3R into R by 2, or this becomes Vs by 3. Okay, VAN and VBN both are equal to Vs by 3, and VCN is I minus I3. VCN is minus I3 into R. It is minus 2 Vs by 3. So we have got VAN, VBN and VCN from 0 to 60, 60 to 120 and 120 to 180. So we have 3 different modes of operation. So accordingly we get VAN, VBN and VCN. You can see here this is for the interval 0 to 60 degree. This is from 60 to 120 and this is 120 to 180 degree. So we have to accordingly mark either Vs, 2 Vs by 3, positive or negative. And later on to find the line voltage, that is VAB, find VAN minus VBN. To find VBC, we find VBN minus VCN. So these line voltages are expressed in terms of the Fourier series. So VAB is given by A0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity AN cos n omega t plus Bn sin n omega t. So where you can see that Bn, that is Bn is expressed, and A0 and An will be 0. That is due to the symmetry of the wave along the x-axis. A0 and An components will be equal to 0. So Bn is expressed so that our VAB, the line voltage, is given by 4 Vs by n pi sin n pi by 3 sin n of omega t plus pi by 6. So if n is equal to 1, we get the fundamental component. So remaining we get the harmonic. Similarly, the line voltage VBC, VCA is expressed. Next is line to line RMS voltage. So since this line voltage, either you can refer VAB, VBC or VCA. To find the RMS voltage, we consider over one full cycle. Since for a half cycle the wave is symmetrical, we consider it as 2 by 2 pi 0 to 120 degree Vs square d omega t. So that if we simplify, we get this as 2 by 2 pi Vs square. Okay, integration of d omega t is omega t with from the interval 0 to pi by 3, this whole thing within the root, so that this 2 and 2 get cancelled. Bs square by pi into 2 pi by 3 minus 0, this whole thing within the root. So if you say this pi and pi also will get cancelled, so we are remaining with root 2 by 3 into Vs. So this is the line to line RMS voltage. So if we find the RMS nth component of the line voltage, then substitute n is equal to 1. So we get it as 0.7797 Vs by substituting n equal to 1 in this equation. So this is the RMS value of the line voltage for the nth component. This is for the fundamental component. Whereas the line to neutral voltage is given by the line voltage by root 3. It is nothing but root 2 Vs by 3. Now, we get it as root 2. Actually, the line voltage is 2 by 3 root Vs. That divided by root 3 means we get it as root 2 into Vs by 3. So this is the line to neutral voltage. Next, phase voltages expression for a star connected load is given by this. So you don't have any even harmonics, you have only odd harmonics. So if we substitute n equal to 1, we get the fundamental component, n equal to 3 is the third harmonic, fifth harmonic, and so on. We just substitute the value of n. Okay, this capital N represents, this is for the phase voltage, the neutral point. Okay. And next is the line current for an inductive load. So if it is an inductive load, obviously the current and voltage will not be in phase. So the expression for the line current is given by this, where the angle theta is tan inverse of n omega L by R. So the DC supply current is given by the expression 3 into V01 by Vs I naught cos theta 1, where V01 is the fundamental component of the RMS output line voltage, whereas I naught is the RMS load phase current, theta 1 is the load impedance angle at the fundamental frequency. So similarly, if we have check for 120 degree conduction, so we have already seen it for 180 degree conduction, where each transistor conducts for 180 degree. Here if we consider 120 degree conduction, each transistor actually conducts for 120 degree. That means to say only two transistors will remain on at a time. So in 180 degree, 3 transistors conduct at a time, whereas in 120 degree, only 2 transistors will conduct at any instant of time. So the gating signals will be in the same way, that is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 1 and so on. So that will repeat. So there are 3 modes of operation again in this. So we need to consider from 0 to 60, 60 to 120. So you can observe here each transistor, this is 180 degree, okay. This particular point is 180 degree. That means to say each transistor is conducting only for 120 degree with the delay of 60 degree between each gating signal. So with respect to this, again it is 60 degree, here 60 degree. So each transistor will conduct for 120 degree. Similarly, this gives the phase voltage VAN, this gives the phase voltage VBN, and this gives phase voltage VCN. So we can find the line voltage VAN as VAN minus VAB as VAN minus VBN. Similarly, we can find VBC and VCA. So we have we have 3 different modes of operation. So at each transistor, if you observe from 0 to 60 degree, transistor 1 and transistor 6 are conducting. So you will have it as a mode 1 operation. So we have to see 1 is connected to which terminal, B is connected to which terminal, and likewise this is mode 2. Mode 2 is from 60 degree to 120 degree, and mode 3 is from 120 degree to 180 degree. So one of the terminals will be always left open. So one of the phase voltage will be always equal to 0. So one will be positive and the other one will be negative. So the same way we have to obtain VAN, VBN and VCN. So in this case our R equivalent is 2R, VAB is I1 into R, VB is minus I1 into R. So similarly if we obtain, we will get what is VAN, VBN and VCN. So this is about the 180 degree and 120 degree conduction of the 3-phase inverters. So instead of having 3 single phase inverters which accompanies 12 transistors and 12 diodes, we can achieve the same with the help of 6 transistors and 6 diodes. Thank you.